and in some parts there were even some very severe wind gusts.
And because of that, there have been reports of branches, small trees, and even a carport blown over in Mesa, but nothing as extreme as this. A couple of roofs in a mobile home park collapsed near Higley and Broadway. The Mesa Fire Department says both homes cannot be lived in at this point. A woman in one of the homes will stay with family. A woman in the other home is being put up at a hotel by the Red Cross.
Yeah, I was very fortunate that no one was hurt. If you can see the damage to this house right here, the window actually came in, and so part of the structure had actually collapsed in on itself. So people are pretty fortunate that they didn't get hurt.
More damage reports just coming in. Let's go to our storm chaser, Matt Pace, who's live near 28th Street and Main out in Mesa. What was it like out there tonight, Matt?
Yeah, we're just east of Higley, and as you can see, they had extremely strong winds. We actually found a homeowner. There you can see there's actually a gutter actually driven straight through the side of this house. It actually went all the way through his house. Luckily, he was not inside, and we got some video of that actually a little earlier. But it's perfectly calm now, just left to clean up here this evening.
This window right here on the side of the house, and then I saw sheets of metal flying over the house, like this one right here. It flew over and landed there by that ladder.
Hey, Matt, let me ask you a question before we go. With your experience as a storm chaser, does this look like a wind shear, straight line winds, a microburst, something like that?
This was more than likely a microburst that you actually saw. A little further to the south, you've got trees laid down in one direction. A little further north, you have trees laid down in the other direction, normally indicating that you have wind spreading out. More than likely, a microburst actually struck this neighborhood, especially with the damage that you see behind me.
All right, our storm chaser, Matt Pace. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Yep, you're welcome.
Well, sometimes all you need is a picture or two to grasp the scope of these summer storms tonight. So
we begin this evening with lightning, rain, and blowing dust. Another monsoon storm moving over a part of the valley tonight.
And take a look at this. Rain on the freeway. This is the US 60 near Sossaman. East Mesa saw about an inch of rain come down in just 35 minutes. This is 3TV News at 9. I'm Carrie Pena.
And I'm Fields Mosley. This storm just moved in and it's packing a punch. We have received a lot of reports of a roof cave-in at a Mesa mobile home park. This happened near Broadway and Higley, and that's where our Stacy Delicat is live on the scene with more. Stacy?
Well, Fields and Carrie, some frightening moments for the woman who lives in this mobile home when an intense cell of rain came through this area. I want to step out of the picture so you can see what the damage looks like here on the ground. Now, the resident said she is still pretty shaken up and she didn't want to go on camera, but she tells me she was inside when she felt some very heavy winds and a downpour happen, and then part of her roof caved in. Now, luckily, she was not hurt and no one else was home at the time, but we're hearing this house probably not inhabitable at this moment, and the Red Cross is on scene assisting her. I want to bring in right now Mesa Fire Captain Mark Jaconelli. Tell us, Captain, what is the extent of the damage in the home?
Essentially, the roof structure has separated from the walls of the structure, and just basically making the building uninhabitable. Also, you can see that there's a lot of collapsed debris and stuff like that, and there's a window that shattered. We boarded that up for her, and that's the extent of the damage, but it is uninhabitable at this time. And were there other homes that were damaged, to your knowledge? The home just to the south of us, I don't know if you guys can get a shot of it, is this home right here. The roof is leaking in several places. We were also able to take in some of our salvage covers and cover up a lot of the residents' belongings and things of that nature, but both houses are pretty much uninhabitable at this time. And you were in the area at the firehouse. Just how intense was this rain? Explain to our viewers. The rain was actually coming in sideways into the station. We had a couple of doors open so we could see the rain coming in, and we could also have the bay doors open. It was actually coming in sideways, so we had to close the bay doors, and our visibility en route to the call, we could only go about 10 miles an hour in order to get to the call. It was that bad. Our visibility was that poor. Wow, unbelievable then, and great that no one was hurt. Thank you, Captain, for that update. Guys, that's the very latest from here on the ground at Mesa. Of course, we'll be back with more at 10 o'clock. Reporting live, Stacy Delicat, 3TV.
Stacy, thank you very much for that. And right now we are getting word of a pretty major...
The wind was another part, and the wind apparently did some damage. We're going to check in now with our Greg Argos live in Mesa with what you found out there. Greg?
Yeah, Chris, as you can see here, it is a big mess. I want to really explain what happened here. Mesa Fire says the roof of a second home right next door actually blew over on top of this home right here. You can see complete damage, and there was actually someone inside. She was very shaken up. She was so loud that she just didn't know what was going on, very shaken up. When we initially came on scene, we couldn't even communicate to our alarm room because of our portables, because the rain was so loud when it was hitting the ground. Now, the good news tonight is that the woman inside this home that was destroyed is okay, though you can imagine a little bit shaken up. The Red Cross is providing her with food and shelter because Mesa Fire has deemed her home uninhabitable. The owners of that second home that was damaged are also okay. We're told tonight they're staying with relatives. Now, all of this damage, of course, due to that severe monsoon storm, the winds that slammed this part of Mesa. We spoke with one neighbor who says it was one of the
damage. Kelly?
That's right, Troy. We're near 56th Street and Broadway in a mobile home community that did receive some damage in this storm. And since 9 o'clock, we did talk to the fire department who gave us a better picture, that is, of exactly what happened out here. Now, take a look over here. It was actually a portion of the roof of the neighbor's home that ended up on top of this woman's home. It just ended up collapsing a part of her porch. Now, the woman was inside at the time. Fortunately, she was not hurt, but obviously, she was pretty shaken up. Neighbors described this storm as pretty scary. Take a listen.
The winds were that high and the rain going like horizontally. And we saw her shingles lifting up. We both said she's going to need a roof.
Neighbors in this Mesa mobile home park couldn't believe what happened to their neighbor's home. The storm ripped off the roof of one house and tossed it onto her home. The rain just beating down.
It was a long time. And, it was so strong that it went all the way across our carport on the corner, hitting the side of our house. It came in our front door, underneath everything. It was pretty wild.
The Mesa Fire Department says the road was flooded. Firefighters couldn't even communicate. That's how loud the storm was.
Flooding on the pavement was up to about our ankles, to our knees, knee level, just about. So it was pretty extensive. And, I've been here for 20, 30 years, and I haven't ever seen anything like it.
So there you have it. The storm was fast. It was intense. It was pretty crazy out here for a little while. Now, the woman who lives in this home is being assisted by the Red Cross. The Mesa Fire Department has deemed her home uninhabitable, so she is going to be staying at a motel tonight. But fortunately, nobody was injured in this storm. The way neighbors describe it, just absolutely pretty scary there for a while. Reporting live in Mesa, I'm Kelly Hessedal, Fox 10 News.